Hello, this is Pablo Pasos from CaboLabs, Health Informatics, Standards and Interoperability. Today I will show you a small demo about an application we developed, the PsyNotes application. This is a small web application that allows to record psychotherapy notes. Yeah, this is for psychologists. And allows also to manage patients and schedule agenda, etc. So I will show you the main functionalities about the application, the current status of the application, and I will ask you comments, ideas to improve this application. If you are a psychologist, you might find this application useful. So this is running right now on my machine. This is the Notes app. It's in English and Spanish, so we can add more languages if required. When this application is online, you will be able to sign up just from here. So you will be you will receive an email to reset your password, etc. So you will access with your email and password. Right now, I have a test user that I will use for this small demo, and I will sign in. The first thing that you will see on the application is the dashboard. This is a pretty simple dashboard that shows you your patients, your notes, all the notes that you have for your patients, and time slots that can be taken by patients. Yeah. The first thing that I will show you is how to manage patients. Right now, I have some fake patients. This is just for this demo and for testing purposes. But here you will have your patients, and you can add more patients by clicking on the plus button there. So you have the basic data about the patients. If you need more data besides this data, we can add that data. It's no problem. We can add more information about your patients, but you can add patients from there. And if you click on this small icon here, you can see the notes for that patient. So I will click on that. And here we have some also, these are test notes, just fake notes about this patient. This text means nothing, but it's just for testing. So if you create notes, the idea is that you can create the notes on the sessions, on the psychotherapy sessions, or afterwards. If you record the sessions, if you take your notes on paper, you can pass them to the application later, when after the session. And we had the idea to add some categories here, so you can organize your notes about that patient. So then the first idea is, if you want to have different types of notes related to different aspects of the life of the patient, you can add personal notes that are about the patient, that are about the patient and their relationship with their family, or how they do on work, etc. You can add more, like study, for example. If your patient is in the university, you can add study here, or university, or whatever, education here. So it's another aspect of the life of the your patient. Yeah. And on uncategorized, you will find the notes that are not categorized on any of the other categories. Yeah. And here you have some basic information about the patient. Later we can add a picture of the patient if you want. If you have too many patients, you can add a picture. We can add that pretty easily. If I create if I want to add a note, just click on the plus button here, and you can add a note. A note is just text, so I can enter any text here. You can write about the patient, his or her relationship with the family, whatever. Yeah. And we have basic style options, like you have bold, here. You can have text in italic. You can center some text. You can set this text really big, etc. It depends on what you want to write and what this formatting means to you. Yeah, but it's up to you. If you want to write just plain text, you can just write plain text. Yeah, and you can choose on which category this note will be. So I can choose maybe family, and I can create the note, and that's it. I can see here the note that I created under family, the family category. And if you create more notes, you will see that the notes will be organized on 2 columns. So I will create another note for family, and there you are. The first note that we created and the second note that we created here. And the order of the notes will be the latest note will appear first. So you have to scroll down for older notes. Yeah, that's the idea. Also, we can change the organization. We can set all the notes in 1 column or 3 columns, whatever. We can change that pretty easily. And you have the date when the note was taken. Yeah, but that's it about the notes. And you can access another patient if you want this one, and you can start creating notes right away for that patient, and you can categorize this as family, whatever, and you will see family there. Yeah, and the new note will be stored under that category. Yeah, it's pretty easy. You can add patients, you can add notes for those patients, and you can see the notes for the patients. Later, we will add also, if you have a lot of notes about a patient, we can add a search box somewhere on this screen so you can find a specific note with a specific content, or maybe notes in a range of dates that you want. We can add that later. So those are ideas for improvements. And the other thing that you can do is manage your schedule, your agenda here. So you have a calendar here. It's a weekly calendar. You can navigate this by week. Yeah, and if you click on today, you will see the current week. Yeah. If you want to add, let's say you have a patient and you schedule that patient on Monday. So he will be coming, it's a male patient, on Mondays from 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. And they will come just for 4 sessions, let's say that. So I will schedule this, and I will say Carol session. Yeah, this will be for Carol. Yeah, you can choose the dates and the times. Yeah, start and end. You can choose a color for this event. We will keep the violet, and you can choose. This will be weekly event and will happen 4 times. Just that. And because this will be scheduled for a specific patient, you can change the status to schedule. You can search here. So I will find Carol there. I have Carol. I will select that patient. And when you create the event or the time slot here, you will see that time slot has a darker border. The darker border means that slot is taken. It's taken by a patient. And if you click again on that slot, you will see this slot was taken by Carol. Yeah, and the slots on the next 4 weeks, yes, this week, next week, next week, next week. So we have 4 events, and the week after, we don't have any events. So we created 4 events for Carol. Yeah, this time will be for Carol, and I can add an open time slot after that. Let's say I can have another patient here, but I don't have a patient yet. So this is not scheduled, but it's just a time that I'm open to schedule a patient. I can drag there. I can create open slot here from 10 a.m. and to 11. I can change this color to green, and maybe green means that this is open for me, but I also won't see the darker border, so that means that is open, and I can create that weekly for 3 times maybe, yeah? And this will be open, so I will create that event, and you will see the new event on the new slot that is open, doesn't have the darker border, and we will have 3 of those if I go to the week after that and the week after that, but the 4th week is not there, yeah? Let's say I have a patient to schedule here, so on one of the weeks. I can click on the event, I can say this is scheduled, and will be scheduled by Manuel, yeah? And this is another feature that we have. If you continue typing the name of your patients, the list will be filtered dynamically. Okay? So I will schedule that for Manuel, and you will see that event has a darker border. If I click on the event, you will see that event is taken, that slot is taken, so I will have a session for that patient on this date, and has a darker border. If I go to the week before that, you will see that this is not taken yet, yeah? And I can create an event, for example, here, and I can drag this here. This is just a test. I can change the color here, and I will create once. This will be a one-time event. And with this, let's say it's too long. Maybe I want to shorten this, so I can take the event from this handle here at the bottom, and I can reduce the time for by 1 hour. Or maybe the start time wasn't the correct. Maybe I wanted maybe half an hour later. So I can drag it down, I move it, and that's it. Now the event is correct. So you can do this on your calendar. Yeah, you can move events around, you can change them, you can assign them to patients, you can reduce the time, move them, etc. Yeah, this is like a small calendar application just for you to manage your time slots and your schedule with your patients, so your sessions. In the future, what we will do that is not done yet is to link these events, these slots, these sessions with the notes. So the idea is from one session you can say, hey, create note for this session, and we can link the specific session with that specific note. That's another improvement that we can add. But right now, these are separate things. How you schedule and how you manage the notes for your patients is just two separate things. Yeah. Another thing, the fourth thing that you can manage besides patients, notes, and the slots on your schedule, on your calendar, is the categories. And the categories is for the notes. And you can manage your own categories. Here we have some test categories, but you can add any category that you want. Yeah. So we have the patient, the family, and work. We can add one, let's say education. And when I go to a patient notes, I will check the second one. I will create. First, you can see the new category here. So education is added here. We don't have notes yet for that category. And when we add a note, we have the education category here. So dynamically added. So you can manage the categories for the notes that you take. And this is per user. Each psychologist will have a different set of categories. Yeah. So that's it. That's the demo. This application is very small. One thing that you will find that this application looks very good and you can use it very well from your mobile devices. So if you have a big screen, you will see it like this. If you have a tablet, an iPad, or if you are using the application from your computer, you will see the interface like this. If you have a touch screen, you will see the buttons and the menu items are really big, so you can touch them pretty easily. So we designed that that way for that purpose specifically. And every tab here also is big, so you can tap it very easily. But if you have a small screen, let's say a cell phone, you will see it like this. So this will be the dashboard. So this is like the view for your mobile phone. Yeah. This will be the menu, how the menu is displayed. You will see the patients here, basic information about the patients. Also, this button is very big, so you can tap it to create a new patient. You can tap on the notes. This has a lot of space here. If you click on one to see the notes of this patient, you will see the categories here. Now the categories are listed vertically, and that gives you a lot of space to tap on them, and you can see the categories now on one column. Yeah, this is done automatically. So this is looks really good on a mobile phone. Yeah. Then the calendar. The calendar has a lot of information, so is very difficult to see the actual details of the calendar, but at a glance you can see that, for example, on Monday you have 2 sessions, and the first one is scheduled. But if you click on one of those, you will see the details. So it is not important to not be able to see the small details on the calendar, because you click on or you tap on one event and you can see the details of that event. Yeah, if you tap it here, you will see that this is not scheduled and this is an open slot, etc. Yeah, and you can navigate. These buttons are pretty big, so you can navigate here and you can see that this event, for example, is taken by Manuel, and this event is taken. This slot is taken by Carol. So the category is the same. It's pretty clear that this screen, and when you add a new category, it's pretty easy to tap here and start typing a new name. So you can actually manage everything from your mobile phone. And we designed this that way. We don't have yet a native mobile application for the PsyNotes, but we might have that later. That's another project. Right now, we are focusing on this web application that can be used from small screens also, but also from big screens, and it's the same application. We don't have another application, a different application for this. So this works for now. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any comments, improvements, etc., you can contact me through CaboLabs.com. You can see on the bottom of the page we have a form. This form goes directly to me. Basically, I am the owner of CaboLabs, and I created this application. So you can contact me directly. If you have ideas for new features for this application, I'm very happy to check those ideas. If I can add them, it will be great. A small comment is that in the as a backend, the PsyNotes can use our cloud EHR server. This is a generic clinical data repository that allows to access clinical data and to store clinical data in an integrated way following international standards. So the PsyNotes application can store information on the cloud EHR server, and that allows to share that information with other professionals. That can be psychologists or can be doctors, just medical doctors. If you want to create a more complete application or solution for a clinical solution that also adds the point of view of the psychologist on the healthcare process. So that can be done through the EHR server, the cloud EHR server. So we provide also that service. Yeah. So for now, that's all. I hope you enjoyed this, and please leave comments. See you later. Bye bye.